perfect world, it could all coexist.
A safety concern or just a nuisance? Now at 5, the reasons why the city of Carmel is pushing to tighten restrictions on skateboarders and scooter riders and the pushback the city may face. New developments regarding a deadly crash that killed a Colts player, sentencing for the man behind the wheel, but not necessarily for the crime you might think.
You're not seeing things. There are rain chances in my forecast. I've got details of the changes ahead.
Tonight, staring down the rumors head on. For the first time, we hear from Colts kicker Adam Vinatieri, his remarks about his recent shortcomings on the field.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Good evening, I'm Mark Mullins, and we begin tonight at 5 with a controversial effort to ban skateboards and scooters in more areas throughout the city of Carmel. Some people are voicing their frustration with the move on social media, and others are telling us why they see the need for the ban. RTV6's Stephanie Wade explains the motive behind the city's push and talks with skateboarders who oppose it.
Soon, this might be one of the only few places you're able to skateboard or ride a scooter for that matter in Carmel. City Council is trying to expand the already existing skateboard ban in public places. For those who say, is this really necessary? What do you say to them?
Well, if you've got a skateboarder, 2 or 3 skateboarders coming down the ramp and you're driving up and you don't see them until they're right on you, you let me know if this is necessary or not.
City Council President Jeff Worrell says it's not boarders like these guys at the Monon Community Center skate park who they've been getting complaints about, but rather people skateboarding in parking garages and putting drivers in dangerous situations. Skateboarding is already banned in areas like the Carmel City Center, Civic Square, the Veterans Memorial, and Rotary Plaza. But now, Council wants to add Midtown, the Arts and Design District, parking garages, and parks, except on trails and paths, to that list. But skateboarders like Tim Devlin say if you're going to limit where they can ride, they want more than this one skate park to enjoy the sport.
I really think that if you're going to put something like this down, like a ban, you need to provide other places for it to go. Because now with skateboarding going into the Olympics, and that's not the reason. I mean, there was enough skateboarders before that, but these kids need a place to go.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
It is our mission to work for you. If you don't think you're getting the results you deserve, reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. New at 5, a relative of infamous 1930s gangster John Dillinger is renewing efforts to have Dillinger's remains dug up from his grave at Crown Hill Cemetery. For the second time since July, Michael Thompson, a Morgan County man, has filed an application for disinterment with the Indiana Department of Health. The first application expired. The health department says if the exhumation is approved, it would happen December 17th. But no matter what, the History Channel will not be involved. Last week, the network decided against moving forward with a Dillinger documentary. There are rumors the man FBI agent shot in front of a Chicago movie theater in 1934 was not Dillinger, and that remains at Crown Hill are not Dillinger's either. The FBI disputes those claims. Moving to your Storm Team 6 forecast, a great day to be outside along the banks of the White River. That bird knows. Chief Meteorologist
Heron, there's some geese.
Yeah.
We're bird watching.
They all knew where to be.
Oh, now they heard us.
You heard us. You scared them away.
That's fun to go bird watching without binoculars, you know. It helps with the photography.
Just sit there on the banks.
We've been enjoying a comfortable day.
We really have. It's been nice.
Yeah, 81. That's our temperature. The high temperature so far today. We're not done with kind of the September sizzle, if you want to call it that. Our average high is 78. We'll be in the upper 80s as we move toward the end of the work week, but finally some changes in the pattern. One of the changes will bring some rain our way as we get to the second half of the weekend. It's been a comfortable east-northeast wind, keeps the humidity under control, and it's also challenged the temperatures to hit 80 degrees. You're not there in Peru or Lafayette. Congratulations. 78 degrees, 81 in the Indy. Ball State students enjoying an 81-degree afternoon. Temperatures to the south in the lower 80s. Between now and 10 o'clock tonight, skies will generally be clear. 73 degrees at 10 o'clock tonight. Overnight temperatures, depending on when you send your alarm clock, should wake up to about 63 tomorrow morning. We'll focus on the changes ahead, not just the fact that we have rain chances, but some other changes as well coming up.
We'll see you soon, Kevin. Thank you. New developments. The Guatemalan man convicted in the deadly I-70 crash that killed an Indianapolis Colts player and his Uber driver has been sentenced in federal court for illegal illegally re-entering the country. Today, a federal judge sentenced Manuel Orrego Zavala to 3.5 years in federal prison on top of his 16-year prison sentence from a state court. Investigators say Orrego Zavala was in the country illegally at the time of the crash. He is accused of having a blood alcohol content 3 times the legal limit when the truck that he was driving crashed into a vehicle on the shoulder of I-70 near Holt Road in February of last year. The collision killed Colts linebacker Edwin Jackson, who was a passenger in the vehicle, and Uber driver Jeffrey Monroe. Right now, Metro Police need your help to find this man. He's wanted for child molestation. IMPD officers are searching for Joel Fox. Investigators haven't been able to find him since January, when the warrant was issued for his arrest. If you know where Fox could be, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. Tonight, Metro Police are trying to learn more about an unidentified body found today in a tree-lined area on the 1500 block of Shelby Street on Indianapolis' south side. That's near Prospect and East Raymond Streets. Police say the body is that of an adult. Now, investigators tell us the circumstances surrounding the person's death are unknown, and it is unclear how long the body has been in the area. An Indianapolis man has died weeks after a West Side house fire left him severely burned, and the Marion County Coroner's Office has ruled his death a homicide. Police say 23-year-old Trevor Shaw died last week. He had been in a hospital since the house fire on the 3600 block of Beasley Drive on August 22nd. That's near 34th Street and Lafayette Road. If you have any information about the fire, about Trevor Shaw, or the case in general, call Crime Stoppers. Again, that number is 317-262-TIPS. Tonight, the death of a judge in Cass County is being described as an accident. He was pinned underneath a vehicle in a barn. Deputies rushed to the 8000 block of County Road 500 East just before 8:30 last night. They found 65-year-old Richard Malmer trapped beneath a car on the property. He was pronounced dead. Malmer was a presiding judge in the Cass County Superior II Court. Chief Justice of the Indiana Supreme Court Loretta Rush said this, quote, Judge Malmer was one of the finest judges that I have ever known. He was a wonderful person, and he served his state and his country well. As chair of the Judicial Administration Committee, he led the entire judicial branch in a time and efficiency study. He worked with professionalism and enthusiasm to help us consider how to improve the administration of justice. The judicial branch shares in the grief of Judge Malmer's family, including his wife, Vicki, and their children. Covering education, U.S. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos stopped in Indianapolis as part of her back-to-school tour. Today, DeVos met with students and faculty at Purdue Polytechnic High School in downtown Indianapolis. She wanted to see hands-on STEM classes. DeVos says schools like Purdue Polytechnic are preparing students for future careers and providing them with multiple pathways to success.
I know I wish I would have had some experiences like this when I was in high school. The hands-on project-based learning it really works for a lot of young people, for a lot of individuals, and it's a great option and a great opportunity.
Purdue Polytechnic High School was founded by Purdue University, the city of Indianapolis, and industry and academic leaders. For the first time, Colts kicker Adam Vinatieri speaks about his kicking struggles following the Colts' victory over the Tennessee Titans on Sunday, and he addresses the rumors circulating about his possible retirement. Our Brad Brown spoke to Vinatieri, and Brad, what's he saying about this situation tonight?
Not retiring.
Yes,
Settle down. Everybody kind of take a deep breath here, and that's been the thing, kind of let this thing play out. He's not retiring, not right now. We'll do that somewhere down the road. He's rarely been the center of attention, much like these last couple of weeks, but when you have set the bar so high in a 24-season NFL career, well, Vinatieri, it's got to be something wrong, right? Not necessarily. Sunday's game saw him miss a pair of extra points against the Titans. The Colts were able to hang on for a 2-point win. Under a different set of circumstances, those points could have proven very costly. That came after 3 missed kicks in Week 1. And the fact is, though, kickers go through slumps in the NFL all the time. It's just a much bigger deal when that kicker happens to be the best ever to do it. Vinatieri talked to us today, and he remains steadily focused on getting things back in order for the rest of this season.
I think there's always physical and mental aspects of football. I haven't been hitting the ball as good as I should be. Nothing's going to change this week as far as preparation and all that stuff. I've kicked a lot of balls over a lot of years, and I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm gonna go out there and just try to do it a little bit cleaner. I've been watching film and checking stuff out and seeing if there's little tweaks that I can do to make a difference, and we'll go from there.
It's a total of 6 missed kicks over the last 3 games. That includes the final game of last season. Vinatieri only missed a total of 7 kicks in all of 2017, just for some perspective. One other note, all 3 of these games we're looking at were on the road. He has been largely better at Lucas Oil Stadium, and the Colts have their home opener this Sunday. Vinatieri has had solid support all along from Coach Frank Reich, also from the rest of the Colts locker room. We'll have some more about that coming up for you tonight on the news at 6.
Good to hear from him firsthand, Brad. Thank you for that. Still ahead at 5:30 on RTV6. Many restaurants and companies are dumping plastic straws because of environmental concerns. But how do alternatives to plastic straws hold up? Our Scripps team puts them to the test coming up on the Now Indy. And just ahead here at 5, we all know it's pumpkin spice season, but tonight we're taking a closer look at the health benefits of pumpkin and what these fall flavors are actually doing to and for your body.
And we'll talk about changes in the forecast as we move later in the work week into the weekend. Temperatures, they'll make a change as well coming up.
Drive at Honda of Fishers.
Welcome back to RTV6 News at 5. It is day 2 of the strike at General Motors facilities across the country, including here in Indiana. Employees have been on the picket lines 24/7 at the GM Components plant in Kokomo. Around 300 workers are employed at the Kokomo plant, and across Indiana, there are close to 7,000 GM employees who are on strike. The union is asking for higher wages, improved health insurance, and better pension plans. Workers in Kokomo say they are concerned about the cut in pay during the strike, but they say they've received a lot of community support so far from individuals and from other unions.
They've just really come together as one and to bring us out a lot of supplies and water to make sure everybody's taken care of, and we really do appreciate all the support that we've had.
Right now, GM has enough inventory for little more than 2 months, so you likely won't see the impact of the strike for a few weeks. However, GM shares did drop more than 4% on Monday. Hiring Hoosiers is an RTV6 initiative to connect you to job opportunities. And tonight, Kohl's department store says it plans to hire more than 1,200 people around the Indianapolis area for seasonal jobs. On Saturday, October 5th, Kohl's will host its first ever seasonal hiring day at all of its stores around the Indy metro area. The company hopes to hire 5,000 people across the country on that day alone. Even if you can't make that hiring day, you can still apply for a job on the Kohl's website. Cokie Roberts, longtime ABC News political contributor and legendary journalist, has passed away at the age of 75. Cokie was a fixture of Washington, D.C., known for her sharp reporting and analysis, her quick wit, kindness, and for her support of women in journalism. She spent 10 years at NPR before finding her longtime home at ABC News. She was a contributor for ABC This Week. Cokie also worked as co-anchor with Sam Donaldson from 1996 to 2002. She was a key part of ABC News' political coverage for decades, interviewing presidents, politicians, and first ladies. In 2002, Cokie battled breast cancer and spoke candidly about being on television while wearing a wig.
I felt, first going on the air in a wig, that I looked really goofy.
It was that honesty, that humanity that made Cokie stand out. Again, legendary ABC journalist Cokie Roberts has died at the age of 75. ABC News will have much more on Cokie Roberts' life and legacy in TV. That's coming up on World News Tonight with David Muir at 6:30, right after RTV6 News at 6. Working for you with a recall alert, General Mills is pulling a certain brand of gold medal flour off the shelves over certain concerns of E. coli. This is the package the company says you need to check for. General Mills says it is voluntarily recalling 5-pound bags of its gold medal unbleached all-purpose flour. Only flour with the use date of September 6th, 2020 is affected. No illnesses have been confirmed, but General Mills says if you have this flour in your pantry, you should throw it out. When eaten right, pumpkin can be great for your health, but working for you, we're finding some of the most popular pumpkin products do nothing more than spike your blood sugar. Real pumpkins are full of vitamin A. Experts say that's great for skin health, eye health, and protective qualities against cardiovascular disease. But those nutritional benefits are often outweighed with sugar when pumpkin is packed into sweets like pie. And many pumpkin products you'll see on store shelves or at your local coffee shop contain no pumpkin at all, just flavoring. That's why students in the Master of Science in Dietetics program at Mount Mary University say, read the label carefully.
Things that are listed first have the highest quantity, so if it's one of the last things listed, there's a likely chance there's only a small amount of pumpkin.
They've also developed some healthy pumpkin recipes through the website healthyshelves.org, like these no-bake pumpkin energy bites thrown together with some simple ingredients.
It's high in fiber with the pumpkin and the oats, low in added sugar with only 1.5 tablespoons of honey.
Or this soup containing some mixed veggies and a full can of pureed pumpkin. Bottom line, if you love pumpkin and want the health benefits of vitamin A, make sure your eating has real pumpkin in it. That's the takeaway from all of this. Pumpkins let you know it's fall, and that
almost time to go to the pumpkin patch.
Right.
Yeah, looking forward to that. What else can I think about pumpkins? We used to do a thing, the Great Pumpkin, you know, Charlie Brown. But I had viewers send in pictures of their pumpkins. I mean, you
the
get
large gourds, yeah,
200-300 pounders.
Right.
So I'm sure someone out there has one going in their garden. You can always send me a picture. Kevin.gregory@WRTV.com. I can't take the pumpkin for a walk.
Right,
like
don't send the pumpkin. Send a picture, yeah.
There's only so much lifting that I can do. Well, I just wanted to show you kind of our circle of sunshine. It's an expansive area here where high pressure is dominating and keeping showers and thunderstorms kind of going around this dome of warmer air, and that will continue for the next few days, but it shows signs of breaking down. First, as we get to Saturday night, I think the chance will be a little higher than 20%. Then on Sunday, 40% chance we'll see showers and thunderstorms. That's exciting. We've only had one day with some rain in Indianapolis this month, and that amounted to 1/100th of an inch. Temperatures tomorrow, right around 86. We're back there Thursday. Warmest day in the 7-day planner occurs on Friday. Notice the next 3 days, just like today and the last 3 days, dry. Temperature struggled to reach the 80-degree mark to the north. That's not a bad day. 77 in Tipton, 78 in Lafayette and Peru. As you look around at temperatures to the south, they're a little warmer, above average certainly. 78 is your average high temperature this time of year. Well, you send in your dog's picture and I'll take the dog for a walk during the forecast. In this case, I've got 3 leashes at once. Trixie, Penny, and Ginger, all ready for a walk. This is a momentary pause here. Then we get moving again. Temperatures will move from the low to mid 80s down into the mid 70s by 11 o'clock, and skies will generally be clear. Temperatures tonight, upper 50s to low 60s. That's the way we'll start our Wednesday. More familiar stuff in the forecast for tomorrow. Temperatures move to 78 at noon, and the afternoon high of 86 degrees. High temperatures from north to south. You'll be a little warmer tomorrow. Should make it up and over 80 degrees anywhere from Lafayette to Muncie north. Should be mid 80s to the south, and we'll have generally east wind around 10 miles per hour. 7-day forecast, temperatures do cool off, as well as that chance for rain, as you can see. Temperatures Monday and Tuesday of next week in the upper 70s. Still, the big picture, which will get us to the end of September and the beginning of October, temperatures staying a little above average, but we'll add in many opportunities for rain, so maybe it won't be quite as dry.
All right. Thank you, Kevin, for that. Well, she beat breast cancer, then conquered something that no one on this planet has ever done. We'll introduce you to the woman who has set the bar for everyone on Earth. That's next on the News at 5 here.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Hello to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV. The prosecution began its case in chief this morning in the corn rake murder trial out of Iowa. Defendant Todd Mullis is accused of killing his wife, Amy Lynn. She was impaled by a corn rake on the couple's hog farm in November of 2018. The defense says that she was dizzy that day from a recent surgery and perhaps fell on the rake, according to the defendant. The state says that's not true. They say her husband, Todd Mullis, is the one who murdered her with the farming tool. Now, a corn rake has 4 tines on it, and Amy Mullis had 6 puncture wounds in her back. The coroner says this is a case of a homicide. The star witness in this trial, the couple's teenage son, Tristan Mullis, bravely giving testimony this afternoon, poking holes in his father's story. We'll continue bringing you gavel-to-gavel coverage right here on Court TV Live. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Julie. You can stream Court TV Live anywhere, anytime at CourtTV.com. A woman who won the fight of her life is now a record holder for the world. This is 37-year-old Sarah Thomas of Colorado. On Saturday night, she was on the cusp of an epic swim. 54 hours later, she became the first person to swim the English Channel 4 times without stopping. No one has ever completed a 4th leg until now. Thomas beat an aggressive form of breast cancer in March, so she decided to do what no one has ever done. When Thomas finished her 54-hour world record swim, she was stunned, numb, and exhausted. Thomas says the salt water bothered her throat, mouth, and tongue as she circled the English Channel 4 times, but she says this swim was a way to cope with her cancer treatment. For that reason, she dedicated this swim to survivors. Coming up all new at 6 p.m. on RTV6, it's an investigator's report so unbelievable, we had to bring out the surveillance video to prove it actually happened. We'll show you what unfolded after this man lit the street on fire right in front of first responders. But first on the Now India, a warning before you rent a storage unit. Even if you already have one, you need to hear this. We'll show you what could end up being very expensive for you. You're watching RTV6.